Hello plant parents, welcome to the series of Know Your Plant in the My Plant My Baby page, where we'll today talk about one of the most common plants and every house which has them. Yes, it's a Scindapsus, which is also known as a money plant. And today we'll not just talk about its care, but also talks about its benefit and how you can multiply and propagate them right sitting at home and multiplying them into it. Let's go and check it out. Today we'll be covering the A to Z of money plants. Yes, we'll not just talk about its plant's care, its propagation, but also its benefits of how it's useful at your home and how your kids and your parents gonna breathe fresh air if they bring these money plants at home. Yes, so today I will talk about the Scindapsus variety, which is one of the natives of tropical forests basically, and in India these are very commonly available, and I'm sure everybody must have seen one of the varieties of money plants. This is basically a Scindapsus enjoy variety, and we have multiple varieties like Scindapsus gold, Scindapsus green, and this one is a Scindapsus enjoy variety, a very new variety which is very rare available right now, but behaves very similarly to how any money plants behave. So these basically are the money plants mothers which we have, and today we'll talk about the first topic is the propagation of it. Let's go and I'll show you how we propagate them from these big plants to smaller stems and then again make them bigger enough. So that's the mother of a money plant, and we'll take different cuttings from different parts. So for example, we'll take one cutting from here, So these are the roots basically which are coming around in here, and there are different nodes. So basically every plant has different nodes. So wherever the leaves comes is a node, and in between distance is an internode, and we can keep cutting it from every internode in between. So if we cut it from here, and this is the stem of a mother which I have taken in from the back. All the money plants can be multiplied or grown either through stem cuttings or through seeds, but most of the times they're grown through stem cuttings across the world. And today I'll show about how you at home sitting can grow your own money plants just from the old money plant which you have. So just take one stem which you have in your old mother plant and cut it from any part of it, and what you have to do is basically every time there are either a node or an internode here, and you have to cut the plant from the internodes, and you keep doing it for all your plants. So here at every internode I am basically cutting it. You have to make sure that every plant gets one node into it, which means there is a scope for the roots. So what happens basically from the node is that whenever you will put it in the soil, there will be roots either coming from it or the leaves will start coming from it. So when you cut one of this is one plant basically which you will make. You can have two also, depending how much you want to have. So you can have two nodes also in one. I am preferring mostly one only, and the quality doesn't get affected. If you see that the node doesn't have any roots, so these are basically the aerial roots, and we'll either submerge it into the soil or into the water to propagate it. So the propagation can happen in two ways basically. One is either through the soil or you keep it into the water. Today we'll show you how to do it from the soil. So these are various cuttings which I have got from the plant, and you have to put each cutting inside the soil here. So here I have used the coco peat and will be inserting these basically inside each of the holes there. So that's how my seedling tray looks like. So from here within a month's time you will get the roots into it, and then you can use it to put it into the bigger pots. So one cutting which I had will actually give me more than 20 to 25 plants, and you can also use them depending on how big or small pot you want to make. So in case you want to make a 4 or 5 inch pot, you will have to use 10 to 12 cuttings. If you want to have a bigger 8 to 10 inch pot, you will have to use 30-35 cuttings. In these ones, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 100 cuttings in these which I have put in. So in terms of these, how you have to take care of it is basically when you are propagating the plant, you have to make sure that you put it into a high humidity area. And that's why we are doing this shoot. If you look at my shirt, it's all wet because here the humidity is more than 100%. So and that's why the propagation happens really quickly when you are into the July and August months, because the roots really like very high moisture content around it. So if the humidity is anything above 70-80 is when the propagation will be faster, and the propagation will not be very friendly during the summer months because it's too dry. And this is the best time to propagate your money plants right now, because the root formation will happen much faster and the casualties will be less. So in these propagation, you also have to see that you're watering them at equal times, because it has little scope for water to have, and it should always be wet. How we use is when you do the coco peat, and when I put this, I make sure that these are always at dark brown levels. So whenever they turn light brown, you have to water it. Ideally in the summer, if you're having a closed chamber and you can make a closed chamber in your home, then you have to reduce the watering. But if you're keeping it outdoors, you have to water it twice or thrice a week basically. So that's how my propagation looks like. Let's go to the next stage and show you that what happens after a month. And as you can see, this is almost 25 to 30 days old tray propagated, and you can see the new leaves coming in. So if there is a new leaf coming in, which means that the root has been propagated. And let me show you in the new, let's say, plant, if the roots have been coming or not. So you will see in some there is a smaller roots coming in, and some there will be bigger roots coming in. So there are the new roots which are coming in from here basically. So I can see that almost 60 to 70% of the cuttings are germinating, and see, so if you can look at, that's a new root which is coming in, so which means that this cutting is got stabled, and there will be new shoots coming in from the nodes now. And as you can see, there are a lot of these shoots coming in. So now this plant is almost ready to be shifted to a newer or a bigger pot, depending on how you want to use them. So most of the times you can use it inside the smaller pot, which we use. But if you have a bigger container also, you can use multiple cuttings to use it and put it across. Again, it depends, you want to make it a floor plant or a tabletop. So if it's a tabletop, you can use the lesser cuttings, but if it's a floor plant, then you need to put more cuttings, and you can also use a moss stick to give them the support. So let's now show you the final look of how the plant looks like, which is after 2 to 3 months of it. So this is how your plant gonna look like after 2 to 3 months of propagating it. So I showed you the first day when I propagated it and took the cuttings. A month after that, when the roots were coming in, and then we shifted it to a smaller pots, which are 4 to 5 inch pots. So here I have put in 5 cuttings, and then depending on how bushy you want to create, you can create multiple cuttings in. So in this plant we usually took 5. In this one we have taken 3. Right, so but then this is not as bushy, so we'll put more cuttings into it. So depending on your bushiness, on how much leaves you want to create, you can put it. Ideally a 40-45 leaves plant looks good, which should have 8 to 9 cuttings also, which we also put it into a pot like this, where we'll put more cuttings into it, and we'll make it to a 40 to 45 leaves once. And this is how your plant's gonna look like after 3 months of it. So if you're propagating them at home, you don't have to worry. Within 3 months, you can, from one plant, you can make more than 10 to 15 of these such plants. And actually, you can also create the mothers which are on the back. So if you keep putting more cuttings in it and let it flow down, you will see that the vines will keep cutting in it, which you can again repeat the process of taking the cuttings and propagating it again. So that's our step of plant propagation. Let's go on to the next stage of plant care of the Scindapsus. And now let's talk about the plant care. So I've talked about how you can propagate it and how you can make 10 to 12 plants from just one single plant. Now let's also talk about how do you care about it. And the most important things which you should take about it is the first 4 things. The first point is the watering. Right, so right now we are into the high humidity areas and time when it's July, August, but you have to make sure during the summers and during the winters you keep doing the watering check. You should look at our videos on the watering tips in Anuge Nuske, which we have talked about in the videos below. But for this, this plant needs usually a high level watering, but if the water stays inside and clots, then you will see a lot of fungal activity happening. So the water should actually go, but should also move out from the pot or the planter. In this one, we make sure that we use the RO water where the TDS levels are absolutely 0 or near to 0. So don't use the tap water, always use the RO water in it, because tap water might have a lot of TDS which we don't know about. The second tip you should take care on this is the food. So we usually recommend Basa coat and all the slow releasers which are there, because it gives the even fertilizer to the plant at equal intervals. It's also about this I have talked about in Anuge Nuske, which you can look about. When you look at the fertilizers, you have to make sure that you are providing the adequate amount of NPK. In case you increase the NPK levels, you will see the hyper growth happening, but you will also see a lot of leaves turning yellow or not able to sustain the high quantities of it. Usually the Scindapsus can have or can sustain the low food also, but we always recommend to give the slow releasers every 6 to 8 months, and then there is nothing which else has to be feeded about. So the third tip is about the placement. So a lot of times when we put our plants, we don't take care about the placements. This is usually an indoor plants, can survive in 1000 lux levels, but if you bring them in a very low light, they will start dying, or the elongation of the leaves will start happening, which means that they're not getting enough food to grow, and the light also, because they're not able to do the photosynthesis. So when you look at the placements, make sure that there are 2 things which are being right. One, that it is at the windowsill where you get 1000 to 1500 lux levels. Into the summers, make sure that it doesn't get a lot of sun, because if it gets a lot of sun, the temperature also goes up. These plants love to have the temperature of 18 to 28, and around 35 to 40 is what it can bear it. But after that, if the temperature increases, which means that the placement is towards the sun, and in summers, this will start having the tip burns around it. And the fourth and the last point which you have to take care about is the soil which is there. And a lot of times people don't take care about it, but this is also one of the most important elements into the plant care. Just always make sure that you use a porous soil, because when you use a soil which is clay or which has doesn't get the porous nature of it, the water clogs in there and not able to move down, the root starts to get rot. So for us, we always make sure that we use the porous soil for us, and personally me, I always make sure that I use the coco peat mix, and I use a soilless media which we use in all the indoor plants, because it's highly porous, it's very good for indoors, doesn't smells when you keep them indoors, and it's also lightweight, so it's easy to change the pots from one place to the other. So these are the 4 important points you should take care on the money plants, and if you have them, your plants will keep thriving and keep growing just like this. Thank you so much for watching My Plant My Baby. In case you like this video, do subscribe to our channel My Plant My Baby below. You can also watch our Instagram IGTV link on Nurturing Green. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Do subscribe to our channel My Plant My Baby on YouTube.